All right, guys, I am back and I have no idea. I think this might be week 11, maybe. I'll have to look before I title the video. So this is the cover week. Yeah, so I'm like a whole, like almost 2 weeks behind in filming. So I'm sorry, guys, but it is what it is, right? We'll just pick up where we left off. Okay, so this is going to be cover 1. And I looked yesterday while Grace and I were out for gold ribbon, and because I had wanted a little bit wider ribbon and I cannot find one. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I don't know if it's like shortages or if everybody's just like bought it out already. I don't know. So I'm going to do just a little bit different things than we've done before. It is going to be soft-sided. I decided to go ahead and do soft-sided covers for the most part. I haven't decided on the third one yet, but this will be cover number 1. And I've made these 12.5 inches wide by 9.5 inches tall. By the time everything gets put together, it usually ends up being about 9 by 6 folded in half. And then I have 2 pieces of this. So we'll we'll work on the cover, like the front part of the cover, like first. And I'll show you what this is all about here in a minute. So yeah. I've decided that this is going to be the tie to for it. So, and I always burnish my ends after I cut ribbon. And by that, I mean just by taking one of the little candle lighter things, or barbecue lighters if you have one that doesn't work like I do. And so then I'm going to measure it out. I'm going to kind of center this up on my board here. But I think I'll go, sorry, I'm thinking and at the same time and trying to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that seem like a long enough tie? It does not. So maybe I'll just measure it out here. What I'm trying to do is get a good length for a closure, because I can always cut off. I can't go back, right? So that'll probably be long enough, I would think, right? No, probably not there either. I do tend to make them a little bit longer than they need to be, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just finger press this where I want it, because it'll be important later. So once I kind of have that, then I'm going to put that at the edge here. I'm going to kind of measure, since that's 9.5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's about right. That's about half. Okay. So just to stick it down, I'm going to get my Scotch Creates out here. I'm going to put a little bit here just to get it kind of stuck, because I plan to sew it. And I'll have to do most of the sewing off camera because yeah, just because I can't figure out how to get my sewing machine to kind of fit in thing. And we're going to try to make this pretty much as straight as we can. I don't know that I'm actually going to get that accomplished, but so I don't know. Those of you that have been with me through like the entire thing will remember back to the very like a couple weeks in, I was talking about maybe making the like a package type thing. So I thought it might be kind of cute to do that on these. So that's kind of the thing I'm going for, but it doesn't look like I'm getting very far, does it? All right, let's see here. Okay. enough glue on to get it. Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure I I'm just going to cut it off here, and I didn't even measure it. We'll make it work here in just a minute. Boy, I'm just very articulate today, aren't I? Okay, I think I'll throw just a tiny bit of glue up in there too, in the middle. Make it lay down a little bit more. Like I said, just enough to get it kind of attached so that when I sew it, it kind of stays in place while I do that. Okay. Now, to make this more even, I'm going to take this part. Oh yeah, that other one, I cut that way too long, huh? Oh well. Okay, so I'm going to cut or fold it in half, kind of line it up here the best I can, and kind of go from there. And we're going to put the vertical piece on. Go ahead and try to cut that off straight now. And again, I'll burnish that end as well so it doesn't fray. I guess maybe I didn't finish saying why I do that. Does that look about center? Maybe I should move it over just a tiny bit, huh? There we go. About like that. Okay, so again, I'm going to take this and just put a tiny bit of glue on. So I'm almost certain that this is going to be longer than 15 minutes. So okay, and then again, I'm not really sure what we're going to do in the middle, but I was thinking of kind of like a loopy big bow, and then putting one of those like a little tag or something in it, just kind of like dressing it up that way just a little bit. Okay. I hope you guys are all doing well. After I film a couple of these videos, I've got to go make 16 or 20, well, technically 20. We're going to make 20, but we only need 16 for the trip. But I think I told you guys a little while ago that Gracie's going to the National FFA Convention. And so we've made masks before for the FFA group. So we're going to make some new ones. So everybody's got a fresh mask when they go. And so yeah, her and I are going to, the fabric came in Friday or yesterday. So, because today's Sunday. Okay, so this is going to be the front cover for now. And before I sew it onto anything else, I'm going to sew the streams on so that like the stitches aren't coming through the other side. Okay, so we'll set that aside because that part's prepared. Now these are little tiny pockets. Normally I do like on the inside of the pocket, like the inside pockets, I'll do like an entire piece across here, but I didn't want to cut any more of this because those were like fat quarters, and I got this fabric from Walmart in their like little holiday section of the crafts department. So I thought it would look really cute if we just did something like this. And so again, I'm gonna have to almost sew in stages with this. So yeah, I thought I would show you like all of the bones of what's gonna go on for this. And I think my camera might have, like my tripod thing got moved around because yeah, I haven't really recorded. That video you saw Friday is like literally the first video I had recorded in a while. So anyhow, I think some little four-legged pests got up on my desk because I found some of my like paper flowers in the dining room. I was like, where did you guys get this? And then I remembered it was on this desk. I was like, you little stinkers. Okay. So I'm just doing enough to tack it down like so. So that'll be one pocket. Oh, look at that. I'm making a mess everywhere. I mean, that's pretty usual. I think you guys are probably pretty used to that, but and this lace here, I don't actually remember where I got it. I think it might have been like Christmas break last year. I think I may have ordered, it may have come from like Hobby Lobby online. I honestly don't remember. It's like it's like 3.5, 4-inch lace. So it's pretty, and I got it in pink. Maybe it was last fall. I don't remember. It's been a while though. I would assume they have something similar to it though. Life's been pretty uneventful this week, which is good. I mean, it's been a struggle. I'm not gonna lie, like that's, yeah. Which I thank you everybody who is posting encouraging comments to me. I really appreciate them. It does help to, I don't want to say commiserate together, but you know, like share our experiences. That's what I'll say, because I've never really liked that word, commiserate. I don't know why. Anyways, for sharing your experiences too. That's pretty amazing. I think sometimes when we go through things like that, we think we're alone. Like we might know we're alone, or we might feel like we're alone, but really in reality, like I keep just telling myself, I am not the first, nor will I ever be the last person to go through what I'm going through. So that helps with the loneliness for me. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of finger press the middle because I don't want to get too close to that. So and I mean, ultimately it wouldn't matter if we did get that close to it, but I'd rather not. I want to put this one here and this one here. Yeah. And I'm debating, do we put anything up at that top pocket so that it, like, you can really tell that it's really is a pocket, or do we just like leave it? I mean, I guess we could to tie in the gold on the front. Let's see how that would look. Yeah, I don't like that. I think I like it better without it. So I'm just going to kind of pull this up. I'm just going to put just a dab of glue. Like I said, really just to like get it adhered a little bit. And again, I'm going to sew the pocket on before I sew anything else. So, before I sew it together. So like I said, this video is going to be broken up a little bit into a couple of stages, while I go sew. But I really, like I was saying a second ago, I really want you to see the bones of it as much as possible. So yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video now that we have that glued, and I'm going to sew this around here, and I'm not going to put any backing or anything like that on there. It really is just the pockets, and then I'm going to sew the lines here and the lines down through here. And then when we come back, then we'll put the middles and stuff together. Okay? All right, be right back. Okay. It's been a little bit since I sewed on this, but anyways, I wanted to show you, this is going to be the inside here. And then this is the cover so far. So they're all sewed. Note, if you're going to use ribbon like I did, go ahead and like glue the entire thing down and wait for it to dry, because with fabric, which I didn't think ahead with, it does shift. So, I had to kind of redo a little bit, and then I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I used gold thread to sew. You could probably see it more on this side. But yeah, so I like the way that this one's turning out. So I'm going to show you the next step that I do. I'm using a, let's see, it's 9 by 12 envelope, just a plain one, just a white one. I'm finding more and more that I like using the white over the other ones. So yeah, or you can use cardstock or whatever you have on hand. It's not like specific, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a certain one or whatever. And I use batting, and I am fortunate enough that to have lots of leftovers because Grace quilts. So then I just take her scraps, and that is how I end up having journal cover stuff. So yeah, anywho. And I'm using the Aleene's tacky glue. That's when I'm working with fabric. I very rarely use Fabri-Tac because I am usually pretty thick on glues. Like, I put it on really thick, and then it bleeds through, and then it shows through my projects, and I don't really care for that. All right, so now I'm just going to roughly cut it out. And yep, I'm wasting just a little bit, but not enough room for camera and like all of this. If I were to actually like lay it out, it would probably be better, but anyways, and then I'll take it here and really kind of clean it up. So I think I asked earlier in the video if you guys were doing well, but since it's been a few hours since I started recording that one, I'll ask again, and then maybe we'll just cover it all. So I hope that you guys are all doing well. I am kind of on my own this Sunday for a couple hours. Grace is out helping some friends that went out of town, like feeding and watering their animals. And then Bo is at work. And so I'm kind of hoping to at least have 3 or 4 videos recorded before Grace and I start on the FFA masks. So yeah, it's kind of where it is right now. All right, so we have that covered. Now what I like to do is start on the cover for like the front part, like the outside, I guess, of the journal first. I'm just gonna put down a little bit of Fabri-Tac, or not Fabri-Tac, tacky glue, to hold it in place because I'm gonna end up sewing it. And not so much that it's gonna seep through, but enough. And actually, I usually end up just putting this down and then putting this on top of it like this so that I can really line it out well. And then I'll flip it over and kind of adjust. I don't know that there's actually like a perfect science to all of this. You just got to kind of do your best. And then I'll take it on this side and I'll kind of smooth it out. Like so. And this is the side that I usually try to be really careful with not getting too much glue, since there's not any padding, because the padding on the other side will kind of absorb the glue. And I'm almost out of the Elaine's. But like I said, I try to be careful and use it sparingly, just so it literally is just a tack layer. And if it's kind of up a little bit, then I'll just kind of drag it a little bit so that it doesn't seep through on the other side. And this side's a little bit easier. The second side you do to kind of line up. And then we just line it out the best we can. And I typically do not fold it until after I have it sewed. So yeah, all right. I'm going to put the final stitching around this edge here. And then I will be back and this cover will be complete. Yeah, okay. All right, be right back again, guys. Okay, guys, yeah, this is the final leg here. I just put a gold stitching around the edge there. And so then we have the inside here and the pockets here, a lace pocket, and this one here. So the last thing that I do is I just fold over like so. And then I'll go ahead and tie these ends, but obviously it obviously won't stay closed for long because we'll need to put our signatures in. So yeah, that's how it'll be. And this year I'm prepared for them to grow, so I think it'll go better. And then I'm still kind of deciding, I do think it's still going to have kind of a fluffy little bow there with the other gold that's here. And then like a little tag hanging off of it, but I'm not sure. So exactly how we'll get that done, but we will do that in another video when we're kind of putting it all together and decorating them. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this first cover, and we will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.